Beerzerker!
So I got all three of the Trappistes Rocheforts out here. So let's check this shit out. Okay. So Trappist Rochefort 8, which I've done the other three. And I got this Trappist Rochefort goblet with them. So, yeah, not going to do this one tonight, but this one is 9.2% alcohol by volume. And the 10, not going to do this one tonight either. This one is 11.3. And I messed up. I told Ginge Stuart Picard there that I would do that one, but actually this one was the one that was in the freezer. This was the 6. So, this one's the 7.5% alcohol by volume, which isn't a bad thing. I was kind of thinking, yeah, this one will be bad to try. It's a little bit cooler than what you would maybe want to drink this at. So, if you want to see a flight of all three of these done together, check out on Gingreo Ale Trails thing here, and I'll post a link down in the description box, whatever. So let's pour this epically. See what happens. See if we can handle this shit.
6, 8, and 10. It's the Trappist Rochefort. 6, 8, and 10. It's the Trappist Rochefort. 6, 8, and 10. 6, 8, and 10. It's the Trappist Rochefort. 6, 8, and 10. It's the Trappist Rochefort. 6, 8, and 10. 6, 8, and 10. It's the Trappist Rochefort. 6, 8, and 10.
Okay, so I can smell the alcohol coming off of here. Kind of smells like whiskey. Kind of a nice sweet aroma, kind of a fruitiness. Oh, it's so good. Wow. Yeah. That's pretty nice. Head is very dense and creamy. Dancing up even a little more now. Yeah, a lot of like of hard alcohol associations I'm getting here, even though this is the lowest percentage of the three. Not so much dark fruits, but there's definitely a fruit aroma going on here. So yeah, I'm trying to think what mostly to associate that with. I'm gonna say pear juice syrup. Well, it's got a really nice finish. Very drawn out. The middle kind of turns into the finish. Ah, wow. It just brings me back to a lot of whiskey drinking days. It's like kind of like you're getting the maltiness you get out of a lot of your whiskeys. A lot more subtle, like a lot less alcohol, but you're getting a lot of those type of malts for sure. And nice color on that. I just did the West Mall Trappist Double. Kind of a little bit similar, but not exactly. The color was a fair bit different. This is a lot lighter, a lot more orange, more caramely. That one was a bit darker. They are similar, but there is kind of that similar viscosity to the beer. They're heavy beers, but they're a little bit thin in a way. I know that doesn't make sense, but just a ton of like concentrated fruit juice, like apple and pear type. Apple's a little bit too sweet, you know, but more like the pear. If it was like concentrated pear mixed with like whiskey, it's a kind of mix. Kind of a neat bitterness in the finish, a bit of almost like a tobacco flavor, like if you were to chew on a cigarette tobacco. A little bit like that. I'll say the yeastiness is it's not real peppery, real huge like that, but there's definitely a pronounced yeastiness, which is just kind of rich. You're getting a lot of those esters coming out of there, but it's not too pruny yet or anything like that. And this is a bit cold, too, mind you. This beer is going to come alive a little bit as it warms up here. I typically start to swirl them. These styles of beer. Hopefully warm up. I had it on the heater for a little bit, a few minutes there. It's probably about 14 degrees Celsius or something like that, if I had to make a guess. A little bit cooler than the cellar temperature, not much. Wow. So alcohol, whiskey malts, and pear. That's pretty much all I'm getting. A little bit of tobacco and the bitterness. A little bit of earthy hops. And that's about it for this though. It's a very nice beer. It's very rich and filling and satisfying. It's not anything too over the top though, but that same thing I found with the 8, it was just very mellow. It's like if you've ever smoked cigars and if you've ever tried a Cuban cigar as opposed to let's say a cigar from Dominican or wherever, and everyone makes a big deal about the Cubans and you're like, why? Well, they're just so much smoother and mellower, and that's what I found with some of these higher end Belgians is they're not exactly bam in your face, but they're just rich at a nice level, floating there, very subtle, relaxing, easygoing, very well put together beers. Just kind of a nice full richness and mellowness that you just kind of have to try to understand. And the 8 was the same way. It was very, very mellow, a very smooth, mellow experience, and I can't wait to try the 10. So stay tuned for the 10. It shouldn't be too much longer, and I'll do the 10. Beerzerker! I think I'll rate this fairly high. I'm really enjoying it. I think I like this West Mall Double. Really started to pick up at the end as it degassed and really warmed up, and then it really came alive. And I imagine that it'll be something around the same with this one. I don't want to bring this one much past. We're already at like 9 minutes here, so I only expect this to get better. I'm going to give this a 10 out of 11.
Beerzerker! You better try it because it's pretty damn good, yeah!